The federal government has sent out millions of checks as part of a $22 trillion stimulus bill, which hopes to stimulate a floundering economy. The Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security Act, or as it's better known, the CARES Act, which President Donald Trump signed into law in late March, includes one-time checks of $1,200 for many adults below a certain income level, and also $500 to qualifying children. Now, once people receive their stimulus money, they will have a simple but serious question, and this is, how should I use this money? Now, before I get into these crucial tips that will help you evaluate your situation and what you should do with this stimulus money, I will be doing an upcoming Bitcoin giveaway, and what you need to do to get involved in this Bitcoin giveaway is just subscribe to my channel and leave a comment on one of my videos. Perhaps your hours have been cut or your salary has been reduced by a percentage. What you should do is use this stimulus pay to top up your current salary now to the salary it was pre-coronavirus pandemic. Now, for example, if your salary was reduced by $500 per month, if you use this $1,200 stimulus over your first month, $500, that brings it back up. Second month, $500, brings it back on month. And then you could use the remaining $200 in the third month. That would leave you with your full pay for almost 2.5 months. Now, what you should then use is spend your salary as normal and use your spend primarily on essential goods, which are food, mortgage, rent, utility bills, debt payments, annual and life insurance premiums. If you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, Shane, I still have my full salary on a monthly basis, I don't need to use the stimulus pay as a top up. Well, then I would challenge you to use that stimulus pay as an emergency fund. It's crucial, even before the coronavirus pandemic, that everyone has an emergency fund, because essentially now you're seeing the full capacity of why it is extremely important to have an emergency fund. Now, you should put the stimulus pay into a high yield online savings account. I will be releasing a video shortly on high yield savings accounts and the best ones that you can go for that will get you the highest amount of interest. So make sure you subscribe to keep tuned and find out what that high yield savings account will be. Now, you want these savings accounts to be accessible at any time. In general, your emergency fund should ideally cover up to 6 months of expenses in the event that you've been laid off. You are the best person to ask how much you should have as an emergency fund. What I would suggest, if you look back at your average expenses over 6 months, then you should find out exactly how much you should have saved as an emergency fund. Some recommendations that people go to, if you haven't already established an emergency fund, is try to save between 10 and 20% of your monthly income as an emergency fund. So what if you're saying, well, Shane, I have already established a very stable and efficient emergency fund. Okay, well, now I want you to look at paying down your debts. Now, paying down debts is never a bad financial move. However, it is important that you prioritize your debt payments. Usually a good idea to pay down high interest debt first, such as credit card debt, because this is inherently generally the most high interest debt a person will have. Review your options, as banks are offering payment deferrals, and if your debt payments are too high for you to pay currently and for the next few months, this will allow you to hold onto your stimulus and decide later how to use it if you agree to one of their options for a payment deferral. So what if you're on the next stage and you're sitting there and you're saying, well, Shane, guess what? I have no debt. Well, now I want you to look at and evaluate investments. Now, there are various good investments opportunities in these current times. On average, equities are down almost 30% from their all-time high. If you want to take a cautious approach, you could invest small amounts on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. If you want to invest with a diversified risk and high potential returns should watch my video on the best investment in 2020. I'll put the link in the description below after this video, and if you have any questions at all on it, just leave a comment below that video and I will get back straight to you. So if you're in a superb financial position, you don't want to make any more investments, you already have many, you've paid down all your debt, you have established a very efficient emergency fund, and you have enough money for months or even years to pay for basic essentials and all expenses on a monthly basis, I would then challenge you to use your stimulus pay and donate it to charity, because your donation, your stimulus donation, and anything else you can also provide to food banks and other charities will be well appreciated, because demand for their services has increased and they cannot do anything without any more help. So they really do need help. Remember, they probably made their budgets, the charities made their budgets, the food banks, last year when this pandemic nobody knew was coming, nobody knew was there, and at the minute they could do with any help possible. So by you donating your stimulus pay, you are giving the American people a lot of help. Now, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'm going to be bringing out more stimulus updates and bringing out more financial tips, things that can make you financially successful. So please like and subscribe, and remember, leave a comment and subscribe to enter that Bitcoin giveaway competition that's coming up very soon. Thanks guys, take care.